Jeff Mote is a communications professional, man, because, we've done it all. We've done radio, we've done TV. We're now doing more strategic communications, getting into the digital media space. So I'd say, yeah, we're just a comms guy, loving this space. I've been blessed to do it for a number of years. Jamapa anasema nilimkuta kwa game bro. So wewe Nairobi kuku ndio zilikumaliza.
Because I think they were presenting in a different way. Ile sikuwa nimecheki mshahara unaget so nakaa mnacheki hizi kuku ziko ndethe. Nazunguka. What interview changed the trajectory of your own career of life?
So for me that's the thing. I just realized this job, there are people who did it before you, there are people who do it after you. So when it's your turn, do your best. Enjoy the highs and the lows.
Hello and welcome to the Iconic Space. This is where we give mature vibes, real life situations, lessons, and learn from what we're about to speak about whatever happens in real life. So, in the studio, we have the one and only media personality that has been there for ages. Manze mimi nikianza career yangu nilimpata hapo, I guess.
Bro.
Yeah.
So you brought me here just to say, bro umezeeka. That's where we were starting this thing from.
Bro kama ni mzae, si embrace.
Unajua shida ni hamjuangi, kuna watu wengine walianza wakiwa 15. Unajua unaonanga Chris Brown unadhani ni mzee. Man started singing when he was 10. But finish the introduction.
No, there's no problem. Unaona, that's the problem when you're introducing yourself where another host is. And there's a space whereby we interview the icons, we interview the people who've been in the industry, the people who've broken the internet, and the people who interview people, and we call them hosts. So my name is Nadir Apapu, aka MC Pops, and welcome to the Iconic Space. So, Mote, vile ulikuwa unataka kujiintroduce, wewe jiintroduce jishosha kwa yako.
Yes, thank you very much. So, which is my camera? Unajua tunapenda nguzo swali yoyote, they're all mine. Fantastic stuff. Do you know the funny thing? For people who are always on the other side asking questions, introducing other people, you never think of your own introduction. You know?
True, yeah.
Because you never have to do it.
Yes.
You know?
You're
here to introduce the other person, like what you did. So when you say that, I'd say Jeff Mote is communications professional, man, because we've done it all. We've done radio, we've done TV. We're now doing more strategic communications, getting into the digital media space. So I'd say, yeah, we're just a comms guy, loving this space. I've been blessed to do it for a number of years. Jamapa anasema nilimkuta kwa game bro.
You have to tell us.
Bro.
Kama inafikira mimi ni mbaba, wewe ni?
Mimi nakwambia nilianza nikiwa myang. Sisi tulianza hiki tukiwa changa, tukiwa shule bado. That's how we started literally.
Okay.
My first job, not internship, I was actually in uni when I started, I think end of first year.
Okay.
Or second year hapo. Nilikuwa nimefutwa job student radio station. Alafu nikapata job ya ukweli. Mungu ni nani?
Jeff,
who is God?
Unafutwaje kazi ya shule?
Actually,
what was happening? Politics.
It wasn't politics. The reason why I actually went to Daystar was because of my love for media.
Okay.
So first year, you go, you see they actually have a student radio station. You're like, all I need. So unajituma. You went, found a way, got a show, did the show for 2 semesters. The third semester, naitwa na HOD. Went hapo. Unajua hapo tuambia vile umefanya job poa. So you're Jeff Mote, yes. You're the one who does, it was a drive show at the time. You're the one who does this particular show. Yes, it's me. Akaniambia, I think you'll have to stop doing that show now. So I was like, what?
Why?
As in what has gone wrong, surely. And it was basically on a technical issue. Because apparently it was only supposed to be 4th years who are doing the show. As in, so that they can get ready for the job market.
Yes.
So, like a practical thing, uende ufanye utoke. Sasa mimi na kimbelembele yangu inside nadhani nafanya. Akaniambia zi, tunakufuta saa hii 4th year, we rudi. Tutakuandika tena. But the stars aligned differently. Tukapata sasa job ilikuwa inalipa.
Okay.
And we moved with it.
It. Okay. So umesema chuo ulikuwa wapi? Just a small brief. Chuo ulikuwa wapi?
From which part? Like from uni?
toka kwanzia huko tunatujua mali ulisomea.
Very nice, very nice. Wacha nianze na high school sababu we are fortunate enough to go to the best high school East and Central Africa.
Okay.
Actually, I think Africa-wide. Mangu High School. I think it's the only high school with a Dreamliner kwa parking. Watu wa Mangu, sijui kwa hapo. Jishinde ushinde. Tunasema I mean humble brag. Sisi maneno ya school bus, sijui school bus gani noma. Tulitoka hapo. Kama mko na ndege, tuongee. If you don't have a 777 ama Dreamliner, hatuwezi kwa same WhatsApp. Hatuwezi kwa same WhatsApp. I think in that kunywa so sisi msituambie school bus yenu ni noma.
Unaongea tu za TV kwa TV.
Maze bro. Na ni facts kwa ground. Sisi hatusemi sijui tunatenga.
Ukitaka kuja nikuonyeshe.
Enda uione iko hapo kwa shule. Sahi. Yeah. So went to Mangu High School. And then for uni went to Daystar University. Okay. Did communications and journalism.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Alafu vile mnasemanga the rest is history.
Ndio
hiyo sasa.
Ndio hii sasa
Ndio hii sasa tunafanya. Tunachambua.
So welcome to the Iconic Space. I think I'm privileged to have you as the first guest of this show because this is a show to just tackle real life situation, mental health spaces. Unajua wase wengi wana go through a lot na watu wajui, understand? And real life situations pia. Unaona. So tuna take scenario tuone vile wewe ungezitackle pia as a person who's been in media and person who's spoken to a lot of people, entrepreneurs nani wase kama hao. So that's why we are targeting people like you so that you bring your experience into this space, you understand? So na pia toki ku boring pia sana because sini wote watu kubonga. So taanza na icebreaker. Inaitwa truth or trick.
Okay. Sawa.
So kuna paper mbili hapa.
Right. Moja ni truth, moja ni trick.
Yeah, wewe chagua tu moja.
Bas.
You understand?
Sasa umeniwekea hivyo ndio nichukue ile iko juu.
Sijui wewe unatakaje.
Unajua karata za hizi streets. Should I open it?
Yes, open it and then tell us what it is.
It says trick.
It says trick.
Yes.
Okay. So according to here, this is what it says. What is your worst job and what did it teach you? Then I'll tell you why it's a trick question.
Okay. It wasn't technically a job because, to be honest, I have been blessed since I started working. As in, I've done things that I've loved.
Yeah.
Ever since I started working. Before I started working, however, kuna time nilikuwa intern. I wanted to be a lawyer.
Kila mtu alikuwa na hiyo part. Unataka kuwa nani? Mimi nataka kukua.
Lakini sasa wacha ni to specify. Hadi nilikuwa na admission ya kufanya law.
Wow.
Mote University. Ilikuwa. So in that gap year, from 4 to kabla uingie uni, I got an internship at a legal research NGO. Bro. Hapo ndo nilirealize mimi sitaitwa senior counsel.
What happened?
I went there and then of course you have all of these great ideas, unadhani utaenda ukisaidia lawyer kienda kotini ama nini. Bro, nilitupa kwa store. Vumbi na mafile. Monday to Friday.
Okay.
Panga hii. As in, there wasn't any exciting interaction with what I thought I wanted to do. Na kwa hiyo internship bro, hapo ndio niliinua mikono nikasema kama hii ndio kuwa wakili, familia yetu itabidi tafute mtu mwingine kuita wakili kwa bash.
Mimi si kutolewa nyumbani ni kuja kupanga makaratasi ndani ya kiroom nimevaa dust coat.
Maze. Kila siku alafu kitoka I think the most because it was just those it had nothing to do with actual either legal research. Unajua ile unataka kuassist, si atupatiwe role kubwa, but if there's some sort of research done, okupatia ka role kadogo hapo, read about this, summarize some anything to do with it. Bro, mimi nilikuwa huko nyuma. Nilikuwa naingia huko hata and then it had like a small window for light. Bro, mimi it was like detention. Sit and name your place because also that was my first paycheck. Hata kama ilinichosha, nilifungua bank account sababu ya wase. Nikapata do.
Unaweza sema hii pesa ni kwa ngapi? Unajua kusema paycheck, bro.
I think paycheck hakulipa na M-Pesa bana. Ilikuwa check. Ilikuwa pesa. I think it was what? 22.5.
That's a lot of money. My first paycheck was 6,200. Yes.
6,500 doing what?
200.
It was 200 or 6,200?
6,200.
6,200.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Nilikuwa mahali panaitwa Tricom Technologies in the CBD. I was doing data entry na napika chai at the same time. So I was working 3 days a week.
3 days. Hizo siku zingine kuna mtu mwingine anakuria.
Sasa ni hustle. Yes. Na hiyo don nilikuwa napatiwa kwanza hata before 3 days ishe itakuwa imeisha because umepita tao wacha hata unaenda sana. Transport ni mingi. Ni kuna umepita tao kila siku unaona kuku maze uchekigi kuku mtaa.
Muluya na kuku. Yani shida yani
bro kwanza 3000. Kuku na simefanya kazi kwani iko nini? Pigana nayo alafu unaanza kugaga na fare.
So wewe Nairobi kuku ndio zilikumaliza?
Nimaliza because I think they were presented in a different way. Ile siku nimecheki mshahara una get sana kama na cheki hizi kuku ziko ndethe. Nazunguka. Unajua. So yeah, I love that part because it also taught me a lot because ilifika place nimefanya kazi for 1 year na sijai kuwa hata na bob.
Wow.
But kuku hawa sio kuku wananijua jina yangu but wanisaidii life yangu. So ilibidi flip the script.
And what were you doing on the other 2 days zenye haukuwa?
Si niko mtaa. Si bado mini boys niko 18. Nataka nikuwe na girlfriend, unafuata na girlfriend achukui simu nimemtext. Kulikuwa na zile SMSs 200 ambao nimebuy. Nimemtext hajajibu. Nimelipwa nimebuy kuku amekula kuku yangu aingi box. It's just a lot. You get but that was that. Yeah. That was that. So jumping right into it. It's a trick question because it also helps us learn more about Jeff.
Right.
So it's a trick. Yeah, it's still the truth. Either way. So yeah.
So yeah, the thing is I did want to be a lawyer in high school. Got the admission to go and do law at Mote University. That actually because bro, unajua mimi nifanya. I've just gotten an earth-shattering moment right now.
Fanya hiyo kitu.
No, it's the math. Ni hesabu. Which one is this zoom. Is the camera. Ikizumini hivi. Alafu huyo jamaa azum out tena. No, you know what I realized? Even when we spoke about the 22.5, it was actually for 2 months. So I think we break it down to like 10 for 10K a month. Did it for 2 months. Nikaingia mitini.
Kwa nini tena? Ulidai mimi na vumbi na dust coat.
Kama in your life. Because unajaribu kuuliza, unajaribu kusema nipatie kitu kingine. I think tumemaliza kwa store. Nika realize for as long as I'll be there, itakuwa hivyo.
Okay.
Nikaingia the woodworks.
So let's welcome these people to the main interview now, whereby we start. It's a quick
this wasn't the interview. All this we were doing before.
Tulikuwa napiga story.
Okay.
How do you interview someone who?
So sasa niketi straight sasa ndio
tuanze sasa kazi.
Okay,
so understand? Yes. So now what was the one thing that most people get wrong when interviewing someone?
When interviewing
someone. When msome kwa game for long.
As an interviewer.
As an interviewer, what's the main thing that people get it wrong when they interview people? And I would really love to know that. Yes.
That's so broad because I mean the basic thing of course with every interview from where I sit and from what I see is like preparation.
Okay.
And there's no standard way of preparing, you know.
Okay.
The way you'll prepare to interview Paps isn't the same way you'll prepare interviewing Domi. It's the same way you'll prepare interviewing someone else, you know.
Okay.
So it's looking at that and looking at what these people have spoken about before so that they don't come to say the same thing with you because there's no need for them to come. They've already said that, you know. how I look at it, you know.
Okay.
So if they're coming to say the same thing here, you're wasting your time, you're wasting their time.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So it's looking at that, doing the prep and seeing, okay, they've spoken about this and this and this. They've spoken about their high school and uni, they've never spoken about something else. So that's where we'll go in this particular conversation. Okay. You know? That's what I think.
So isikue the same all through. It becomes different. So question number 2, because we have 5 questions. Can you recall the moment when an interview completely shifted from your perspective? Yani ulikuwa umepanga mimi nita interview Paps design alafu flip the script vitu ni tofauti, then everything flipped. What did you do? Ilikuwa interview gani?
I think I was interviewing Taurus Riley, if I'm not wrong. He had a show here. I
love that artist.
Amazing artist, man. I think he was coming to talk about, he had a show here. And yet tumefanya hiki tu for long, bro. And I'm telling you, he had a show here. And I remember, you know, you've planned all the things you want to talk about. And at the time, so many of songs had hit, you know, hit after hit after hit. The songwriting was amazing and everything. Still is, you know. Part of the interview was to find out, I mean, all of these hits, how do you get the hits done? Let's talk about this song and this song. What's your process? How do you get into it? Because there are a number of hits that are currently top of the charts. And like second or third question in, he's like, no, I don't talk about that.
Ala?
Period. Full stop.
Alikwambia
Aliniambia he doesn't talk about his songwriting process. It's almost like proprietary. There's a way they do it, him and his team. He can't bring it out. No.
Okay.
Done.
Ataanza kujianika na itakuwa
So he said probably when he finishes his career,
Ataambia
he might come back and say what he was doing. But until then, so all the segments you had planned around that,
okay,
in the back of your mind, unaanza ku. And this is live. That's the beauty of doing things live. You can't say like, stop. Okay, tutachukua kutoka hapo tena. So now you're going and figuring out, okay,
now it's live.
We have 10 minutes that we are not there. So where do we take this conversation next? And not asking about your most and all the generic things that have been asked, because that was supposed to be the sweet part of the interview, the unique thing that you've brought out. So you've prepared, you've cut the snippets, you've got the questions ready, you have your truth or trick. You take all of those. Unaziweka kwa
dustbin. Kurealize Tarot Riley apigange truth or trick. Inabidi utoe 10 minutes of the segment. What do you do?
Ujipange. Because the director has told you, we continue.
Inabidi tuimbe. Sasa tutafanya. Siondo. Imba just the way you are. Just sing something. The way you are, we're going to take it the way you are.
Oh my goodness.
So the third question, how do you build an instant trust with someone you just met for an interview? Just like...
I think an interview is just a conversation.
Yeah.
So it's just
but how do you build that trust? You can have a conversation with anyone, but how do you build that trust? Akwe confident enough kukuambia vitu.
I think by the time they're coming for your interview, there's a level of trust they have.
Before they even come.
Yeah, when they agree to come, there's a level of trust they have, either in your professionality or in the credibility you've built as a show, whatever. There's a reason they agreed, and that has to do something to do with the trust. Okay. So from there, I believe as you work towards the interview, it's also for you to let them know what the interview is about, what you're going to do on the show, for them to feel settled in as they come. And if there's some uncomfortable questions you'll want to ask, they should know beforehand, yes, I know there was a scandal about this, and we will have to go there. So I would suggest you think about how
you're going to be
have
able
this
to
conversation. Because I will not have this show without talking about this issue. Because, we all know, unakam kwa show, na tuliona sijui umepata nini, it would be wrong for us to have a conversation and nisiulize the one thing everybody wants to know.
Yeah. And this actually brings me back to the fact that a lot of people want to start shows like this. They want to also understand how we get people to come for these interviews and stuff. And when you explain that so that they know, it's good to me. I'm gonna call Jeff, and I'm gonna tell Jeff. Ni Jeff nilisikia ukikuwa form 2 ulikuwa na mademo 4 so unapata so so that they know but it could also be a factor in which you can mess up your next interview. True. Because maybe someone else will be like, I don't want to be put on the spot like that.
So it's good to know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
And if there's something in the public domain that has happened, I will definitely, especially like, because there was a time I was doing a lot of political interviews, so even as you get the guest coming in, they had better be aware.
Yeah.
There's nothing we will not ask,
Because
some people have handlers. Na ukikuja ujue hatutaongea juu hii, I'm like, then unakuja tufanye, because we're doing this for the public's good public interest.
Yeah.
So if there was an issue with this,
you're coming here so that
exactly.
people know why this thing happened.
Exactly. So if the cup was stolen or broken, we will have to ask and find out why the cup was stolen.
Because usipokam kuongea juu hii cup umekam kudu.
Bas. Why are we doing this?
Yeah. Sawa. Do question number 4. Have you ever had a guest that you couldn't crack open, literally? Like, umseni chuma. You couldn't crack this guest open. Amekuja tu ako hapo. Jina yako ni nani? Jeff.
Oh.
Unaishi wapi? Kawangware.
I'm trying to think if I've...
Unapenda nini? Strungi. You get things like that.
I almost feel like I want to say fortunately not. And for me, I think... Actually, when I think about it, I have been blessed, because of course the interviews, of course they start off uncomfortably. Even recently, there's one I might not be able to talk about here because it was in a different setting with different people. But the interviews that I have had interviews that start off very icy and almost borderline hostile, you know? But as you're working it in, you find a way now to, because as the interviewer, you're the one who's steering the conversation. You know, the flow of it, the pace of it, what you want. And that's why you see there's some interviews where they go in and after hello, it's hard all the way. Mehdi Hassan, Steven Saka, hata kama walifunga hard talk. So you know ukiketi hapo, after hello ni vita. Ni vita for I think 45 minutes or half an hour. And the others where you can dictate how it goes. So ukiona umeanza na haiendi vile unataka, it's up to you because that's where the preparation comes in. If we start and it goes this way, how do we get back to something else and come back there? Or find another way to get there?
Okay.
You know? Okay. And I think the beauty about it is that if it's factual interviews, political interviews, that type of nature, it doesn't matter. As long as you have your facts, you will ask the question.
But if you get a person who's hard, how would you advise someone who's in this space who would want to handle something like that? Handle larger.
Now, that's what I'm saying, depending on the nature of the interview, because you know not all interviews are the same. If it's a lifestyle interview, unataka kujua story ya mtu, wezi enda hapo umlazimisha kwambie. You know, prerogative.
Okay.
You know, we heard you got 50 million shillings from your last deal. Is it true? They'll decide it on. I mean, if it's not public taxpayer money, it's none of your business, you know? So for you, if you want that, lazima utajua vile mtaongea ndio ufike a place where they're comfortable, where you can talk about that. Okay. If it's a different, no, that's what I'm saying, if it's political or
a talent ni talent. Weka una talent
ni preparation. Ujue ni interview gani. Kama ni Sakaja, kama kuna barabara haijatengenezwa, it doesn't matter if it's hostile or not. Ni lazima uulize kwa nini haijatengenezwa because you have your facts and you go with that.
Na kijaribu unamcounter.
Bas. So I think it gets down to preparation at the end of the day. Who are you interviewing? What's the topic? What do you want out of it for you? What do your audience want out of it? So from there,
it's all about giving the audience the message they need.
What they want. Yeah, that's why unaita whoever unaita.
Okay. So tukiendelea. What interview changed the trajectory of your own career of life?
Bro, so ungenitumia hizi kwetu jana nifikiria. The trajectory of my career. Was that like purposeful? We gonge ndio.
Yeah, like
sound effect.
Sound effect.
Okay.
Unacheza na hiki.
Nimepanga unaona hiyo plan. Nacheki. Nothing left to chance.
Yes.
I don't want to say it changed the trajectory, but for me, at the time, it was a big win for me. You know, actually securing it. I think there are only 2 interviews done with him. One with me, one with Jeff Koinange. And of course, Jeff Koinange because Jeff Koinange. And that was Eddie
We'd love to have him here also, So you said they've had...
He only did 2 interviews.
2 interviews?
Yeah. So it was Eddie Gadegi, Kenyan actor, Hollywood. I think that time he had just done Blacklist, X-Men, I think something. So first kujaribu kumtrack Kanairo, ilikuwa kazi kaya DCI. You know, you're working all your sources. Ujamaa, because you can see, gossip inasema ako Kenya. So you know he's
The only thing you have is gossip.
Yes. So first of all, is he, for how long, where, because anaweza kwa Kenya na ako hapo Mara katikati, where some people got lost the other day, you know. So you really don't know. Is he in Diani on vacation? For how long? Is he? So now first finding that out. Okay, he's where? How can I get him? Because he's here on holiday, not on, you know, business. So how can I find some time? So for me, that was a big one. First, because A-list Hollywood actor. B, because also personally, I loved his work. I loved him in Startup. I'd watched Startup. Was he in Startup? Yes, Startup. What he was doing on Blacklist. He's a Kenyan doing big things. So for me, I was like, I need to get this one done professionally.
ASAP.
Na cause pina napenda hii craft yake. Huyu jamaa ni msanii on another level. So getting that interview done, for me, was one of my highlights.
Okay.
Getting that done.
Changes a game changer.
Yeah. Because at that time, I was still doing a lot of lifestyle interviews, entertainment, pop culture. So for me, biggest thing done then.
Okay.
Yeah.
And This is where the conversation begins.
Wow. When you close the script, what are we signing out?
No, it's where we start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
So I know we've most of the time when people sit on this spaces, they have things written down and stuff. But sometimes we have to be open. We have to do us. Now this is where now we do us. You do your thing, I do mine.
Right.
And we just open and have a talk, a conversation. So I'm so big when it comes to mental health.
I know. You've been passionate about that for a while.
Health, for a while. And I do things about mental health. I do a lot of charity and all that. But specifically mental health, both sana the male figures. But on this first episode, I just want to balance it out and put out a scenario that I heard. I was just scrolling through my phone, and these things come. Unajua kama depending on what you scroll, the big data brings you what you scroll. Kama ni futa, the algorithm tells you inakufeed tu mambo ya. Kama ni msio kuona haga utapata tu
zote.
So yeah, so this feed came. It was like a guy who how can I put it? Umse alikuwa na family. Family fiti, akona watu iwadem watatu, and akona wife, and they've been together for 35 years. Sana watu wake wamekuwa bigi and all that. But kulikuwa na scenario whereby this guy was too jealous. He loved his family so much that asemata watu wake madem wataolewa na mtu mwingine ni wake. So he was also sleeping with the daughters and the wife at the same time.
Crazy.
It's crazy. So I don't know which
I don't know where this question is going, but this is crazy. Kunywa kahawa ndio tuone malio swali inaenda. Hey. Okay, hata mimi wacha nikunywa.
It was a very
man. This is fact, fictional or an actual story? It was a real story.
A real story. Sijui kama Kenya tuko na scenario kama hizo, but this was somewhere in New York.
I hope not.
Somewhere in New York, alikuwa tu kwa ranch, watu wake waendi mahali, imefika place now he does not want them to go to school, ni wake, nyinyi mnaishi hapo.
I think there was a bigger issue, but
yes, you understand. So how do you view that scenario kwanza kama wewe? How do you view that scenario? Najua most of it, as we continue the show, tutakuwa on a screen whereby you'll be seeing something like that, and then now we chambua it together. But now I just try to put it in a way that you can be able to understand, so that we can have like a real conversation, because this is pure madness to me. And how would you tackle a situation like that? So, for example, you're the neighbor and you found out something like that. And how would you advise people after handling that scenario?
I mean, I think as a neighbor, there's only one thing you can do, because you can't... Taking matters in your own hands is risky. Because first of all, either you get into a physical confrontation, that's assault, ukonayo hapo, and I mean, you're in his property, he can say self-defense. There are very many ways you think about this, you know? As a neighbor, it's the authorities. You have to let the authorities know there's something going on here, whether it's child welfare, whoever you're going to go to. There's a reason. Akona watoto hawaendi shule. Are they homeschooling? Maybe, who knows? Because nobody ever knows their neighbor, you know? But you have to find out. I mean, if they're being assaulted, because you said they're even being assaulted sexually, you know? So by the time that
this is where it gets interesting. And where it gets interesting.
According to this first paragraph of your story, yes. I don't know how it goes down the line, but now that's between him and the state, because clearly he's harming these daughters who are now, I don't know if they're grown or not.
They're grown. They're grown.
It's
the last was
wrong.
I think 17.
17, but that means she's a minor.
Yeah,
she's a minor in this scenario.
Minor, yes.
However you look at it, the state has to intervene as a neighbor. And for you, wezi sema hiyo ni nyumba ya mtu mwingine. No, what you can do is report. Let the authorities take over from there.
Okay, so it gets more interesting, because yes, I thought the same, that kusetu kumseti juu sasa unajua wezi kendo mpige. I change scenario ina come to be more worse, because it's nika kuwa brainwashed, because apparently the kids now. Apparently all of the kids and the wife, they all love the family, they're all in love.
I don't get, what do you mean they're all in love?
Yeah, all of them are in that relationship. Like no one is being forced. It's like nyinyi ni wangu, nyinyi mabibi zangu na nawapenda na tunakupenda.
I mean, that's what his wife is supposed to do. So that's not
Exactly.
brainwashing.
Now,
So that's fine.
yes.
Let's put her out of the equation.
Now, this is not the
She
wife.
should love her husband.
Yes.
For these others,
But now the kids also the same.
because clearly, as we have said, they are kids. So whatever a 16-year-old comes to tell you they're in love with their father, what are we saying here, guys?
Yeah.
You know.
And
I don't know the state laws in New York. I don't know where it stands on these particular issues. But still, there is a very... When you think about what families are supposed to do, however you look at it, it's not supposed to be like that, You're supposed to protect your family. You're supposed to take care of your family. Mm-hmm. You're supposed to give them the strength, capability.
But now, how do you talk these people out? Because now...
You don't. For me, you don't, my friend. That's why I'm saying it gets to a certain level. There are places where you intervene and you talk. I am assuming if you are the neighbor and you didn't know this was going on until... You don't check if it's the authorities calling us. I mean, if you're the neighbor and you're only finding about this when the last born is 17, clearly nyumba kumi haiwaka hapo. Or you're new in the neighborhood. So you're not at a point where you can go and start telling people what they should do. But there is an authority. You report that, you make sure you've done your bit, they shall follow it up. Because I still can't understand how you will say the daughters were... Who? Your biological father? No.
Imagine.
No.
So in the mental health world, do you think these people are normal?
What is normal though? We all have our own
normal, like...
view of what is normal. And
for me,
what is normal to you is what you've grown up seeing.
For me, what I've grown up is knowing that this is your father, this na huyu ni mtoto wake, na hii ni family. And there's no day I've ever seen a dad being in a relationship with a daughter and for the daughter to be crazy about this person. But this is the second scenario I'm hearing this. I don't know if it's the generation that we're going into or I don't understand, because there's also one that was, I think it was somewhere Akina Maina played it. Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, that a lady who was 24 years was very much in love with the dad. And the dad was paying her rent, and then she was asked, why your dad though? Because ilikuwa boyfriend yake alimprank, alipigia ebu tujue kama yenyewe ni ukweli. Tunanika, it's fishy the way the dad calls and texts, it's very fishy, like ebu tujue. Ni aje, my name is Jeff. And Budan,
of all the names you could choose for this story, you chose Jeff.
Because Jeff is here.
Oh, okay. To answer, Niaje, my name is Paps. I feel more comfortable with this going there. Let's go.
Okay, my name is Paps.
Thank you. Okay.
I'm calling you from XY Radio, the iconic space, and I just wanted to tell you that your dad loves you so much, and it's approaching your birthday. And he would like to know where you guys are going to spend the night, because you guys have been in a relationship for a while. What's your take on that?
Okay, hold up. This actually happened on Mina's show.
It's like Mina played it. Like, they took a recording and played it.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't on his show.
No.
It was a recording he got.
Yes, that recording
that the boyfriend had done.
Yes.
Ah, okay. Got you. Same page.
You understand? So they actually chambued it. So I wanted also to sit down with you and actually chambua it. Because most people, this thing was on radio, but maybe most people didn't get to hear it. But this is going to be... Mtenda YouTube angalia pale.
Atafute sasa wakanai.
Because I'm going to find that recording and I'm going to put it here. Understand? So how? This lady said that it's okay. Tell him I love him so much also. And he's been there for me through thick and thin and all that. And and then the guy was like, okay, and what are you going to tell your boyfriend? Because I also understand you have a boyfriend and he's supposed to do something for you on your... She comfortably said, F my boyfriend. He cannot do the things my dad does for me. My dad pays my rent. My dad loves me. My dad will never leave me. My dad has been there for me ever since I was a child. I love my dad. My dad is good in bed, and then I was done. When he just said, when she said, my dad is good in bed, I was done. And then I was like, can you hear yourself, madam? Did you just compare your dad to your boyfriend.
So wait, again.
The bedroom matters.
I didn't even, this is the first time I'm hearing of this. So was the recording a Kenyan recording? Was it like Kenyan, or like they took it from United States of America?
Exactly, but now they
okay.
listen to it.
Okay.
But I'll find it.
Got you,
I
got
think
you,
I'll find
got
it
you,
somewhere
got you.
in my TikTok spaces. I'll find it. I'll send it to you. I'll also find it and then so that we can be able to play it for us. This actual show. You understand?
Is this how you'll say then? Put that recording over here.
Yes, put that recording
Play it here,
there.
yeah? Let's just listen in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, disclaimer. I am not a mental health expert. I am not a relationship expert. These are just personal opinions of how I live my life. From what I have heard,
we're here to learn.
what
We're
I
actually
have
not
read.
giving people solutions on what they would tackle these situations to be, but we're just having a discussion.
Right.
It might be able to
Right.
help someone
Right.
somewhere who might be able to encounter kitu kama hii au utadu nini ama you understand?
No, I'm saying that because, you know, these internet streets are crazy. People are just saying, Jeff, unaongea kama. I am not. You're right. I am not. Please.
Yes.
You're correct. For me, how I've always seen these things, and I think even when you read, whether it's the Bible or whichever book, there are different types of love that should be there, you know. And everything you had said when you're talking about how you're describing a father is what a father should be. A daughter or son should know the father will never leave them. Kama wamekwama, I mean, to a certain level, they'll be there to support. All those things is what a father should be. But there's a type of love and relationship that is not between father and son. You know, that's why, like, I don't know all of them, but I know there's like agape love, sijui hiyo ni ya Mungu, from you to God. There's filial love between brothers and sisters, I think, if I'm not wrong, or parents and their children. And then there's another type of love or relationship. And they all have their place. That is why you should be with your wife, and because of that love, it gives you children. You know, that's a product.
Si tena
The product of
uendelee
even,
legacy chini.
even when you're asked by your child, when they're, because I mean, you're a father. If they're young, nakuja kuuliza, how did I come here? See, the story is always because daddy and mommy loved each other.
Yes.
That's how you came. You see. Now I can't come and tell you because
Generation
it
Alpha
does not
wanajua
apply.
kitambo siku hizi.
I mean, wataingia TikTok waone. In fact, watakuja wako
That's done.
school.
Tutorials.
They'll come and tell you other things. But you know, that's the thing. They should be loved. They should be strong
care of,
relationships.
yes.
But they're different relationships for everybody. You know. And for me, that one, no.
You have no say.
No. I mean, there are issues in this world, and that's what I'm saying. By and large, how we are today is because of how we've grown up. And for that 24-year-old, I'm sure she didn't start when they were 24. There are very many things that happened throughout her childhood, teenagehood, adulthood,
she decided
that shaped her into what she is. Same for you, same for me.
True.
You know? There are some things you might tell me and I'm like, lakini bro, mnafanyanga hivyo. It's not...
Kwenyu mnakuwaga na
Yeah,
hizo,
it's because of how you are grown and the society around you, the people around you. That's what shapes who you are. So for her, si ati hiyo call ndio alifikiria hizo vitu. If at all it was real. Because pia mimi nasemanga, if at all it was real.
Siku hizi hata internet, siku hizi ni mambo mengine.
Bro.
Internet is internet.
AI is
can do things.
doing things, man. But in such a scenario, we're all products of our bringing up, you know, to a certain level.
Okay.
And that's why you find, I mean, even simple things like food.
Yeah.
If you found someone eating a dog, you'd be like, oh my God. But it's just because you didn't grow up eating a dog.
That's why you think it's a problem.
Yeah, there's someone else who might see you eating beef or something else and like,
Unakula ng'ombe.
munachinja hiyo kitu na mnaikula.
Mpandre fulani tu hapo.
And for you, you've been growing up doing this. You can't see anything wrong. It's just where you were born and how you were raised. Yeah, and the people
Unapigana na hiyo
around you.
kitu videdly.
Unaiswaga,
supu.
my friend. Wanatafuta mifupa, hakuna kitu kwa sahani.
Okay, so that was
And that was really
situation.
twisted, by the way.
Yeah, it was really
It was
twisted.
I mean, we started mental health in the pits. That's what it was. I did not think we were going there.
We did,
Wow.
and so that was the real life scenario of what things are on ground. Vitu zinafanyika funny. But now I'm gonna go relationship wise, kidogo tu, and this is just a brain. Tunaongea because we are not experts kabisa hiyo design. Me, I'm interested. I'm into it. I've studied it kidogo. You understand? I know
mental
a
health?
bit. Yes. I know a bit of it. For a while, I've been doing it for the past 8 years. So, ni kitu nimekuwa interested now. So I learn a lot. I listen to people. I listen to podcasts of people talking about this thing. So, and I said, why not have a segment whereby we can just share so that we can help one or two people who will be listening to the show apart from kujua Jeff ni nani. Jeff alikuwa anapanda ndege kwa shule yao. Ni nini else
Suseme hiyo shule, taja jina hiyo shule.
Usiwe na wivu. Wananilipa marketing.
Usiwe na wivu.
Wewe walikutengeneza.
Mali imefika haitaji marketing. Mi bro nakwambia mtu wangu.
You understand? So I have another question. Yeah? Which now, what do you call it? This is a real life scenario again, but about relationships.
Is it as twisted? I just need to know. Are we going back down?
Actually, no, I will not go to another story. I'm just going to ask you flat-wise, in relationship-wise.
Right.
How do you handle a spouse who's very insecure or who's been through a lot, and you also want to be with her in the same space, and you also want it to work?
By the time you're saying a spouse...
Okay, a girlfriend.
No, I'm assuming it's fine.
A girlfriend.
Not wrong. I was just saying if it's spouse, then that means ideally you have either been together for quite a while.
Yes.
Or if not,
squeeze you out
in the 2 months, muliamua kuruka na mukaingia advanced
jump the broom.
PhD.
Zile za kitambo.
Mukaingia. However you look at it, there's a lot that has taken place, either in terms of faith in each other to do it in 1 month, or time spent together. Ukaona umejua huyo mtu enough kusema I do. Insecurity, how I think about it is, again, what you've been through. Ulikuanga na dem fulani, who anytime she would tell you, ako job, hakuwa job, alikuwa place fulani.
Anasikia fiti.
Bas. And so anytime someone tells you that at work, triggers. You know, ako job kweli ama ako. You know. And the reason why I feel we are told relationships are work is because when you realize that your partner has, in this case, because there are very many different things. Today it's insecurity, the next is something else.
But me, I just want us to talk
that's what I'm talking about, insecurity. But I'm saying, see, work's insecurity peke. Mambo ni mingi Kanairo. Kuna SHA, mjalipa, kuna housing levy. Be serious. But in the case of insecurity, in that particular instance...
I just need to call you in a politics show.
The work in there is figuring out, okay, she's insecure or he's insecure. And
we're talking about she.
Okay, she's insecure. And hopefully, because she's your girlfriend or your spouse, as you're saying, you've known her to a certain level. And you know the things that either happened to her or the things that she's afraid of.
Or things that are happening to her.
Kama wewe paps. Unajua sasa wewe ni celeb. So wanajua kwa DM
mimi na wewe nani celeb?
Wewe DM ni crazy.
Hebu sikiza. Let me tell you, if uko mtaa.
Which camera? Which is your camera?
Which I think whatever camera it is.
Okay. Look at it.
Sasa. You're at home. Nataka tu niambie kwa comment segment because we're going to put this on YouTube. Jeff Mote na mimi nani superstar. Na useme kwa nini, si useme tu, na useme kwa nini because tutapigana hapa na sisi tumeshinda tukimwatch tukisema tunataka kuwa yeye. Understand? You get. Sawa.
Also hapo chini the high school was Mangu High School because huyu jamaa hataki kusema wivu ni mingi it's only the best high school in Africa. I mean
watu tumesomea Omukuru Community Development High School wanataka kutupeleka kwa nini?
Okay. So what are we saying? Insecurity.
Yes, insecurity.
For you as a guy, it is important for you to understand where it's coming from, and the work is to see how you can alleviate that anxiety. You know, because you can't say unakwanga insecure we deal nayo. You know, if you're saying that, unamwachia hiyo kazi. You know, if there are things she doesn't understand.
Deal with it? That's why I'm asking.
That's the thing that's saying. If there are things she doesn't understand about what you do, for example, you deal with very many beautiful ladies in your line of work. You know, a lot. Unajua.
Yes. Many
kila
is an
mahali,
understatement.
You know, sorry.
It's a lot.
Si pole, si sorry. You know.
Ni watu vile na mangu.
Okay.
This is my time.
Yeah. Put here many. No, a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
Many
a lot.
Understatement.
A lot. If you're dealing with very many beautiful ladies every day and she doesn't know what you do, anajuanga tu kwa mahali mulienda shoot, I don't know, Diani, whatnot. All of these pictures she probably has because of something that has happened. Let her come and see the work you do. Let her understand what you do. Let her be part of, you know, whatever's going on. For her to know, because predictability, I think, also eases insecurity or anxiety when you know what's going on.
So already unamwonyesha ndio hii.
Hii ndio job.
So umemshika kwa mleta hapa kwa job, si ndio? Alafu ameleta insecurity kwa kazi. What do you do?
Sasa analeta insecurity hapo tena. Unajua ndio swali.
So how do you do? Like you're there, I'm supposed to talk to Mote, you understand? The person who's making my mic is a lady. And apparently lazima you have to smile at her. Oh, mic ni fiti. Yeah, you understand? Yeah.
Bonga naye muulize as in what's the issue, because at the end of the day there has to be something that makes her insecure, and it could be the fact that she doesn't trust you.
So it's a trust issue.
It could be. I don't know, or maybe it's something to do with her, but you need to find out what it is, because kama ni wewe, sawa, I don't trust you, mbona kuna hii siku ulismaile hiyo dem alafu ukamwambia sijui nini. Sasa you see you're getting to where it goes.
Okay.
That's how I look at it, you know.
And when you kill it, another one comes. So it will be a back and forth thing.
It will be life until when you see there's progress. And if there's no progress, pia hiyo ni sign, you know.
Safety.
Kunywa kitu. Na hizi swali unafaa kunauliza Burale. Me, I don't know these
Yeah,
things.
Actually we were going to have him on the show.
Eat a pasta. Eat a pasta.
Akudia tu. We're going to soon, very soon we're going to have him on the show because tunamhitaji because yeye pia kwa hii space ya mental health and kuna say kama wame here. I need them.
Because I mean, even as you talk about it this way, communication is everything. And most people think insecurity is only between relationships, romantic relationships. But insecurity takes many forms. It can be even business. You and your business partner. You might not call it insecurity, but anytime anaenda kufanya deal, there's some people who aren't comfortable. You want to be always knowing how much money is there, who's doing what, who's in charge of that. Alienda kumit client bila kuniambia kwa nini. There are companies that are, and that's another form of insecurity, you know. We only think about it from the romantic angle. But zote ni communication. You'll sit down your business partner, mwambie mazee, mi sipendangi vile una move because of X, Y, and Z. We want to be same vision. Your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband or your wife, same thing. Because they will act out until. You will suffer or be insecure also until. But if you're not talking to this particular issue, nani hard, say ati nasema hivyo kiwa rahisi. It's not as easy as we are saying here, mtatalk mpate answers when the coffee and everything is fine and rosy.
Yes.
It's time, but I think that time is what they call the work.
Okay. It's good for people to just have these talks because kuna watu mwenzie mtu ame give up on relationship yake because of insecurity. Ni kitu anaweza kana demu yake chini ya bonge naye amwambie mimi sitaki you father by the way. Wewe unajua tumefika hii state na ni hivi so stop doing this. Umesema pia one of the reasons of the things one should do is bring the person there,
let them understand.
That they see and understand what you actually do. You understand? As we go
on. That was, you know, there are very many ways to look at it. You don't have to bring her to the podcast studio for her to know.
Yeah.
But if need be, find a way. Let there be no mystery where there's none.
Ikuwe straightforward.
Wacha juange Morio anatafuta unga.
So tukimalizia.
Wow, tunamalizia. An hour goes by so fast. My goodness, wow.
Because hii ni kazi unafanyanga kila siku. So you never know as it goes.
Right.
So with all the stories you've had from this space before, how do you protect your own mental space? Because kuna watu wengi wamesema kuna mtu hapendi tu Jeff. Hiyo ni mambo yake tu, yeye ameamka tu. Mimi sijisikii na umse namuona kwa gym anajifanya yeye anajua kuinterview. Mimi sipendi watu pretenders. Anajifanya yeye ndo perfect up. How do you handle your own mental space? Wase wakiongea vitu, throw words at you, wase unapata. Umeenda, it's been a bad day. Unapata in the office, in our office, it's been a bad day, but you still have to keep on the smile. And unajua kuna mtu paka saa hii maisha yake yote ukajaribu kumwambia ati Jeff ujam, Kingangi ujam, nani ujam, anaona aje, na umse every day lazima kama kuchekeshe daily, unashanga kwani life yake ni perfect. So how do you handle that mental space to keep on having that smile so that you continue doing what you do in your space?
I think from a professional level, that's the job, you know. It's another level of customer service. You know, you get, just because a waiter had a bad day or a bad incident doesn't mean they should be rude to you when they're serving you, you know. There's just that level of professionalism. And I say that same level as a media personality or whatever you're doing, there's that which is expected from you. The same way if an accountant is having a bad day, hafai kufanya hesabu vibaya.
True.
You know,
Yeah.
that's what the job demands,
Yeah.
you know. So it's making sure, and I mean, you talk to very many people who've been in media, either radio or TV, and they've told you days umefika hivi, you have had a day unasikia yani, dunia ifunguke tu ikumeze, but you hear the director telling you, okay, we're going live in 3, 2, 1.
The smile.
You take a deep breath, unaeka hiyo feeling kwa mfuko, una smile na unaanza, you know. And you have to learn how to be able to do that, compartmentalize it, and come back to it after.
Navigate through those emotions.
Yeah, because you have a show to do, as long as it's not stopping, because you know there's some things you can't not, you know, attend to. If it's not an emergency, you'll find a way to finish your show. And then from there deal with the issues. Sisemi ati muzieke na mjifanye. So at a professional level, that's what I believe. As in,
Yes,
it's just
yes.
it's part of what the job demands. You know, the same way as a football player or an athlete, you should be fit.
Yeah.
Yes, unapendanga kukula keki na kuku na all those things. But the job demands you to be fit at a certain level.
Kula mboga.
Bas, itabidi, my friend. So same thing. So for the job, you have to find a way to get the job done.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I believe it's also realizing that this is also a job, you know. It's not who you are, but it's a job. And why I say that is because in our field, it's very easy to tie the two together, you know.
Okay. So
you're thinking because you're a radio presenter or you're a TV presenter or whatever public figure you are, that's you. It's you're there to fill a certain space in society, play a certain role in
That's
society.
not you.
And after some time, your time will be over, either naturally because other people have come up. You could also die, you know. And you will move out.
Superman.
Bas, na kuna
show yako itaendelea.
Bas, na kuna kama mtu kengine kataingia hapo, raia watakusahau, watapenda huu jamaa, and that is the circle of life.
Okay.
So for me, I just understand that, and that's why I said, like at the beginning, I've been blessed to have jobs that I've loved. Unajua, ukiamka ufikirie, na si ati haijakuwa na stress ama ma pressure. Hizi inakuwa but hiyo ni job. But unajua, unajiuliza, because hizi stress na pressures itakuwa wherever I go, naweza taka kuzi experience wapi. You know, because itakuwa whatever you do.
So in the
it might as well be in
space
something I love. Ndio, yes, kuna hizo pressure, kuna nini, but nina kitu na like, you know.
Okay.
So understanding that once you're off the mic, off TV, you're just perhaps, you know, you're
tulie kwa
bas,
keja kama uko na watu
you do what you
kama ni
enjoy,
gym enda.
you do your thing. I mean, the most that'll happen is, and for me I say that because kuna watu wanaulizanga na wewe behave aje ukipata wasi wanakujua, and I'm like, see, tutaongea. The most they want is probably a selfie, a small conversation which we can do. Sijaipatana na mtu anataka kunipiga.
Kwa nini akupiga in the first place?
You know, so I've never been in a scenario where it's hostile in any way. So if it's just attention,
uli interview na nini na Mr. Q interview
jamani, haijafanyika. So for me,
those people maybe umebahatika today.
Ndio nasema Saja has been very graceful. You enjoy, you meet people, and there are very many people who, if they're interested in you, that's a good thing.
Yes.
Wagote, wajue, there are many relationships I've made outside of media with people who knew me from media. Kuna time nili karibu hii story sasa hata tuwezi sema hapa, ni tricky. But I was stranded overseas. And one of those ones of you're walking out of the airport not knowing what to do. Some guy, as in literally, I hadn't even left the airport, and they looked at me and they're like, where do you like Jama wake 24? They said it in, you know how
in Swahili. You
hear Swahili in a foreign land and you want
like,
to hug
can
that
I
person.
hug you?
Please, you're my brother forever. You know.
I know that.
And that's the guy who helped me from that day, you know, for my stay there. Alinipanga, sikuwa najua akanigetia jamaa anaweza nisaidia, and he's a good friend to date, you know. Such things just because of being on TV. Had I been anyone else, even if I was a very high-flying CFO, unajua watu wa finance ndio wanakanangi. Yes, utatoka, but
sasa naenda kusaidia.
Hakujui, you know.
So na pesa zako, pesa kwa mfuko, no one knows.
Exactly,
no one cares.
You know.
Ni zako.
Bas, weka nazo kwa hiyo mfuko. Jua vile zitakusaidia.
Zikuokoe. You understand? So
for me that's the thing. I just realized this job, there are people who did it before you, there are people who will do it after you. So when it's your turn, do your best. Enjoy the highs and the lows.
Okay.
And pass the baton, man. Move.
Yeah. So last but not least, as we wind up the show, you tell people something from just a word of advice kwa majenzi, whatever is going on. Wale watu wanataka kuingia kwa media, wanataka kuingia kwa space ya kuinterview wase, unaweza waambia tu kitu very short and sweet.
For me, there's no better time for getting into, if you're talking about the media space, than now. You know, there's no gatekeeping. Unajua time yetu, you knew the 4-5 stations that if you're not there, hauko media bro.
Wewe unafanya tu kazi, wewe ni wewe na microphone basi.
You know, there wasn't even podcasting or YouTube channels.
Why?
You know,
Kama hujaandikwa huko
exactly.
hafanyi kazi.
Wewe ndo utafute kazi NTV.
Sasa kazi inaweza kuwa kwa living room yako.
Bas, you know, and you're doing very well.
True.
You know. So if there was ever a time to get into the space, make your content, be passionate about it, this is it.
Okay.
So you figure it out. Nimeona kwanza majenzi, they're out here doing things.
Yeah.
Things, my guy. And I love to be part of that. You know, watching them grow, supporting them, because we've always spoken about how tunataka industry and at the next level, they're there. They're doing it, whether it's music, whether it's TV, whether it's live shows, whether it's interviews, podcasting. I'm all here for it. So just to go in, figure it out ukiwa ndani, and perfect your craft. I think that's it. Yeah.
Who would you want name 2 people you'd want to come to this show?
To sit here.
Sit here so that you can just I'm like mimi nikiona umsemeka kwa hii seat I'd be very happy because I'd chambua him also. Yeah.
Let's see who I would want to sit here. First up, Julie Gishuru.
Junie Gishuru.
Amazing, as in when you talk about icon, she is as in at a global level, you know. Oof. Also very humble, you know, because you do know in this industry it's very hard to get to certain levels, but also keep that humility.
It's hard.
She's an icon in that. So Julie, tafuta vile utampata, kazi kwako kijana.
Junie, I would love to see you here.
I should say.
Yeah.
I would love to see you here on that camera.
Yeah.
Yes. So Julie Gishuru, love to see her here.
Yes, and the second person.
Second person would be, I'm trying to look for a different space. My gosh. I'm trying to look for a Omtata. Okia Omtata.
Gen Z, Google too.
Hao namezea. Kama kuna mtu anajua ni huyo. Wengine wanaweza kosa lakini wao namezea.
Yeah. Why?
Because for me he has been very true to what he stands for all through. Yeah. You know, when you can track somebody's story. Of course, juzi nilisikia ki story fulani, he didn't believe in his candidature. It's life of politics. But from what you have seen and how we have interacted, that's a person who I believe has a lot to say. But wait, ulisema unataka tu watu wana interview hapa, si ndio? So I should change. Unauliza wewe
watu wana interview.
So watu wana interview ndio wanafaa hapa.
So hiyo ni vile una feel, lakini
bado mimi na feel, but sasa
unafaa kunipatia moja ile.
Okay, sasa ungeniambia hivyo.
Wezi interview, wezi interrupt mtu mkubwa anaweza kuinterview watu.
Okay. So in terms of interview as the other person would be, I'm going through the list. Nataka MC Gogo ni interview ama si?
MC Gogo ni MC.
Ni MC. Yes. So tumwezi yaka hapa. Mimi nataka kusikia story. So I need an interview.
Unataka kusikia story ya MC Gogo.
Nataka kusikia story yake.
Okay. So huyo
all these suggestions being used ama utazikata?
Sizikati zinakuwa used.
Julia alafu ile nyingine.
Zote utaweka. So Gogo atasikia hii story.
The other would be Mark Masai.
Okay. Mark Masai. You'll help me get Mark Masai.
But you ask why?
Yeah, why? Why?
No, for me it's just he's done a very interesting spin from traditional media to digital media.
Okay.
And even just that agility and flexibility, you know, because how it came, Seattle alikuwa amepanga, but Jamali land on the ground, got a new thing, moved with it. Also an amazing chap, so kazi kwako.
I don't know. Najua utanisaidia hiyo stuff. Yeah. That's the iconic space, and it's all about talking about real life situations, what the people who are in the hot seat have felt, have been through in the industry. And we hope that when you listen to this conversation, you can get 1 or 2 things that are going to be able to help you in reality, in real life. and itakusaidia utoke kwa hii noma, you understand? So this is it, the same way Jeff amesema, this is it. If you have something that you want to do, this hii era ni fiti, unaweza ifanyia kwa sitting room, home kwenyu, job kwa nyuma ya hiyo place unafanya ya hiyo hoteli. You can do your content there, and you can have a safe space to make a bit of money, even as a blow up.
Or a lot of money.
Or a lot of money.
Are making a lot of money. A lot of money.
Yeah, so this is an iconic space. For those who are still wondering what's the iconic space is all about, iconic space is all about bringing media personalities, people who've broken the internet, talking about real life, talking about what people are facing, having expressions to real life scenarios and situations. And actually, this is just a safe space, a safe corporate space that is fun. And we are here to have a conversation. This is not actually an interview, but a conversation. And also help you, the person who wants to come and be on this seat, on this other side, actually know how you're going to be able to tackle these other people and know how you're going to interact. And also send them questions. Wasikuje tu washtuke tu hapo umekuja kumuuliza maswali zilifanyika 2017 zilizikwa na nani, anashtuka anashangaa kwani kunaenda. So my name is Nadir Apapu, aka MC Pops, and also been in this space for a while, but I'm here for myself to know more. So I hope you also learn more. And if you have a parting shot, do you have a parting shot?
On my end?
Yes.
I already did the parting shot. I was just wondering now when you're doing that, should I be looking at you or looking at the camera?
Anything.
I was like, what should I be doing with myself at this time?
Do anything.
Because we're going to drop too much gems. I'm like, this guy, go for it. Go for it. No, but I mean, amazing space that you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting for you to have conversations with people who've been having conversations.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope, my G.
Yeah. Fiti. So that's nice. This has been nice having Jeff Mote finally. Yeah.
Bro, don't do that. Don't do that. Be
What?
honest. We're keeping each other honest. Don't say finally. Uliniambia nikakwambia hii shughuli tunaweza fanya in one call. Msi edit your part.
Nilimpigia
Don't
call
edit that part. Don't edit.
Nilimpigia mara 3 na tulikuwa na dates 2 na tukaua date moja. So asiwaambie ilikuwa rahisi. Haikuwa rahisi. Huyu ni superstar. But again, if you want to call him. Ni mtu unampata sana kwa Instagram. Unaweza yeah. You can find him more on Instagram than even his number. I don't know how that happens, but maybe it's me.
Hapo ndio tupo.
Social media live. So this is an iconic space. Until next episode, I hope you keep it locked. And this is the safest space.
Kuna take ingine?
Hakuna take ingine. Mnaenda nayo.
Shida.
Mimi mnanichukua vile niko.
Bas.
Mnanichukua vile niko.
Ulikamna hii ukakula kuku ukamaliza salo. Itabidi tukuchukue vile huko.
So until next episode, this is MC Pops.
Are we signing out? Have we signed out? Have we? Don't. Stop. Because what you could say at the end, and next episode, this is mine. Remember to keep it iconic.